Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Yulia Dwi Cahyaningsih and I'm from TBI5C. In here, I will be present about the journal investigation that I already done for fulfill the assignment of ALTD. ALTD is analyzing and evaluating course book. Okay, so the journal title that I investigate is EFL Textbook Evaluation and Graphic Representation by authors name are Afsin Suri, Reza Kafipur, and Muhammad Souri in 2011. Okay, so for the research problem that I investigate in this journal article is to what extent does the EFL textbook used in Iranian senior high schools confirm the common consensus rich and universal characteristic of EFL or ESL textbook. The background of the issue arise up because the researchers have a curiosity about why the students in Iran has good abilities to mastering English language. So that because we know that the textbook is the essential elements in the EFL or ESL programs, so the researchers want to study about the textbook that commonly used in senior high school in Iran. Okay, so for the literature review according to Prabhu 1987, textbooks are fully defined and pre-made materials which provide some uniformity in what happens in many different classrooms with different teachers and students, which serves the interest and of accountability. So it can be said that the materials or the content of the textbooks is that the material is implementation by the theoretical things by the students to the learners, and then for the practical section is that for implementation the materials in the textbook or in the content of the textbook to the learners, so that have a different classroom and the different teachers to deliver textbooks because in different people. And according to Cunningsworth, states that it's very important to relate the material to the goals and needs of students in the learning process. This is related to the analyzing the textbooks, because in the choosing of a textbook that will be delivered to the students, the teachers have to analyze the good textbook, what the good textbooks that best by needs of students and interesting students in the learning process. And for the evaluation, Sheldon 1990X assess all aspects of content including various factors from graphics and physical characteristic to originality and flexibility. So Sheldon in here more focusing about the graphics and physical characteristic of the textbook, because we know that the physical textbook is important too, and then to originality and flexibility is about the content, but the content of materials is that to be achieve the target language that the target process in learning, that is target language is English, can increase the students' ability in mastering English language. So next is in this journal article, the researchers created a new checklist for evaluating textbook. There have many diverse and many difference between one expert to other expert in the evaluating, so that there are no surely or clearly criteria to evaluate and analyzing textbook, because that is correlation that is related to perspective criteria for the perspective needs by the learners and the students. So the best method to the evaluating and analyzing is have individual index method is the best method to what else, to analyzing and to know what the student needs, and to know what the goal, what the step that will be doing to achieve the goal. So there are several factors that created by researchers. For the first, the previously published lists are examined, and the most prominent features considered is related to the content of the goal of the textbook in each of textbooks. And second, if there is an attempt to balance and practical the theoretical concerns involved in the selecting criteria. So yeah, for the selecting criteria textbooks, they have to balance the practical and theoretical in that textbook to that will be delivered to the students, so that this is an important thing to create, to realize, to attention about the balance and the practical and theoretical. Okay, there are several criteria used in analyzing and evaluating textbooks, as followed by the checklist that already created by the researchers before. For the first is practical consideration. Practical consideration is related to physical appearance of the textbook. There are something like type of paper, type of font, the color of the ink, size of the book, and the cover, and etc. This is about design of the book. Yeah, because the good printing, the good design will be motivated and increasing the interested by students to read the textbook. And in this case, in the research, the physical appearance, or in the practical consideration, the book is good. It's not have a problem about the practical consideration. And the next is skills that we all know that in English we have a 4 basic skill that are listening, speaking, reading, and writing. But in this book, in this textbook being studied, they have no not have to improve the students to improve their skills. So there is a lack of to improving the skills for the students, the material, the content of the textbooks. Okay, so the next is exercise and activities. Yeah, there have many exercise and activities, but not reach the goal, because the goal of this book is for communicative skills, but not the exercise and activities, not supporting that the goal. And yeah, and the exercise is just about what else, like activities in the classroom or anything. So the students is not increasing their abilities is higher, and much more different in the classroom, something like that. And the next is pedagogic analysis. Like I said before, the book has a goal to communicative skill, but not the content material is not reach that goal. And then it can be said that this book is for pedagogic is more structural than communicative, because if we see that from exercise and activities, they are not support about the communicative skills. Okay, so next is accuracy. So it's clearly that the book is not accurate too much, because for the goal the book is not reach or not achieve the target. Because this book, the content of the book is not really interactive for learnings. And then the book is just talk about the how use English in the classroom, not the wide for the social communication or and etc. And the next is complementary materials. For the complementary materials, the facility of the materials is not fulfill 100%, because for listening, for example, for the listening skills, there are no have CDs for the facilitate the material, and then they just words, and then the activities or exercise is just words and then the sentence, not only not have audio facilitate. So that's not support about the listening skills for the students. And the guidance for the students also from the teachers is there have not the guidance that will be make the teachers have to hard work uh, to develop the materials, because there has no guide. And then that will be make teachers confused to how to deliver to the students. And the last is general impression. Of course, for the general impressions, this book is not good, or is not satisfaction to use in this era, because there are no best by student needs. That will know that students have to centered in the learning process, but in this textbook is not to reach or to achieve the best by the target or the goal of the learning process in EFL. No, have no best by students and interesting, have no to the needs by student and interesting by student. So in general impression, is the book is not match used in this era, because not fulfill the needs by students. Okay, so in summary, the result of study of textbooks commonly used by senior high school in Iran resulted in 63% satisfaction, because the content of the material textbooks is not improving the learners too much, and not accordance with the needs of student in mastering English communicatively, because this book is not interactive textbook or interactive make some students to interactive. And these activities and assignment also do not boost the basic abilities to students, and also the communicative abilities. And many parties people such as teachers, curriculum developers, material designers, and writers must be able to analyze and evaluate accurately and carefully the content of material books according to the needs and interests of students to achieve learning target in mastering the target language, which is English. So I hope that with my presentation, this will be open the many people to realize that the student is really important to fulfill by the textbooks. And then the teachers also have to increase competencies to adapting and adopting material or textbooks with the step by developing materials. Okay, so that's, I think it's enough for me. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.